guys, Vas from X-Force again with
Scott from X-Force.
Now, today we're going to bring you the new Golden Eagle GBBR, which is gas blowback rifle that basically landed, I think, about a week ago in Australia. So these are some of the first. There was a first, but some of the first gas blowback. Yeah. So for all those guys that love their realistic sort of blowback and want to have the whole recoil, then these are definitely the way to go for you guys. So we've got two variants here today. There are quite a few that have landed. We haven't stocked all of them because there's just too many, and quite frankly, they're not the cheapest things.
That, and you can actually, it's an M4. You can change your stock, your sights, your front. You can modify it, so you need to get them all. You can always, especially if you've got existing M4s as well.
So we basically brought you what I would say is the more popular
traditional
M4s
variant,
M4 variant. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
With my English. So this is the M4A1, typical to what your J9s were for those guys that have been in it long enough. The Jingming J9s had this sort of particular look. This one here, it's the M4 CQB, kind of similar to your Gen 8 and your SEMA M4 CQB.
Double bell CQBs.
Or the double bell CQBs. So we'll give you a little bit of everything here. So the cheapest one of the two being the M4A1. Reason for that, that fella there has a full metal handguard. This guy here, that one is nylon. This one has a slightly longer outer barrel, but that one being CQB, the idea obviously is close combat quarters, battles, yeah. And well, I guess the only difference, the other thing is this one's got the handle, that one's got an iron sight.
Yeah.
And both have the triangle at the front, which, yeah, for those that like those, great. Now, going into, aesthetically, same, a little bit of difference, but same at the end of the day, whether it's electric or gas. Where it all happens is in there. These kind of like your pistols in a way, but in a much bigger
fashion.
Yeah. It all happens here in this mag a little bit. So you fill the mag up through this point there, and obviously your jaws come out here. These mags are a little bit different. So Golden Eagle have come up with this little ingenious idea of having a string to pull the spring down, which makes it really simple. So because, as you know, with your pistol mags, getting that spring down and keeping it there while you're filling can be a pain.
Especially with gloves.
Yeah, good luck with gloves, actually. So having that string, you got a little cord there. You just bang, you pull it, and I've tried it, and it is really simple. Hold it as such, fill it up, bang, you let it go, and it's off you go. So
if Fast can do it, anyone can do it.
man, if I can do it seriously, yeah. I'm so unco at times that, yeah, this is definitely a very simple, and I like it. I like simplicity.
It's way higher to me.
Yeah. So really cool little idea. I know some guys think they kind of look like, tampon spring, but that's different,
That's just maturity of some people in the industry.
Now, if you're using these rifles, make sure they use a stronger gas. So make sure you've got a 14 kilogram 12 kilogram in summer, 14 kilogram in winter. Even in summer, you can use the 14 kilo. I know there's probably some stronger ones out there we haven't tested, and I
don't recommend.
I can't go and recommend. Maybe in winter when it's colder, but in summer, I don't think you need to go any more than 14. But because they're a lot heavier internally as well, parts-wise, it needs more power to move those heavy parts. So a 14 kilo gas will help get those numbers and actually just make it work performance-wise. Now, all in all, there's really not, I don't want to go into talking about the blaster. You know, this particular one, plastic, stock, nylon, handle and handguard. The CQB, it's basically just a stock and your grip. The mags, somebody asked me about the mags. They are a plastic outer, so don't think, oh, it's plastic. No, it's inside, it's literally metal, but it's got
for the gas
to hold it in. But outside, it is plastic, and that does help. It's a nylon. It does help the polymer being as such. If you're dropping it, you're not going to damage what's holding that gas.
Still try not to drop them.
You're trying not to damage, you know,
the reservoir.
Your tank.
Yeah.
Your fuel tank, because you don't want that getting punctured or starting to leak.
Well, it sucks dropping an $80 pistol mag. These are double the price. You are holding more than double, but it still sucks to drop.
These are like about $170. So I wouldn't go throwing them around like your typical Gen 8 mags, because they're not quite as cheap. So that said,
you do have an ambidextrous fire select and mag release. There is an adjustable hop up in both of these, accessible via the top and bottom. So of here, so this one has up here. So you can tune like a normal hop up. So M4s being M4s, you can change the nuts and guts of it. So if you don't want Picatinny, you don't have Picatinny, you can add some of the M-Lock or Picatinny shorter fronts. We've got the Magpul fronts as well, which are really nice. I've got one of the M-Lock, the Magpul fronts on my double bell styled one like that, so it makes it nice and handy. So you can customize them a lot. It is an M4, so go to town on it, have fun. Yeah,
we got these ones because, you know, for those guys, this is a very milsim collectors, traditional. So we try to go for the traditional stuff for those guys that do want to have them as such. For those of you that want to get them and do stuff, man, M4, go to town on all day long. So the other things to remember, it does have your ambidextrous fire select, which is really cool, and mag release, so you can release them from both sides. So it's really cool if you're a lefty or a righty. With these, you got to remember, you got to actually properly rack it and then shoot it. I think that one's got some gas in it. Oh, yeah.
Fair bit of kit.
And then that might sort of, you've got your bolt catch here, so if it does lock back, if it's empty, that has the bolt catch. So
cool little function.
Yeah. So if you hold the bolt catch down, that'll actually keep going. But
more realistic manual of arms, so it's not.
That's it.
180, 200 rounds in an M4, you are getting your 30 rounds in it. So
this is for your typical full-scale operator here, for the full enthusiast that loves his milsim or operator stuff to run around like he's a true soldier and such. So this is not for your typical player that wants to, like me, that just wants to spray and pray. A
little bit more tactical, or as a training aid. So AFP, QPS, the like. If you use something like that for a work purpose or defence, tax write-off, dude.
Yeah, man.
So
We help you with your taxes.
yeah, it's savings. You let your hobby pay for it.
That's right.
But they are cool. So it is that manual of arms you would be used to if you are used to using something like this in a realistic fashion. So
For all those of you that are just curious, I mean, come on down, hold it, grab it, see what it feels like. It is very different to your AEG. At the same time, like I said, it's for those guys that want a realistic feel when they shoot it. So I'm gonna bring you guys a bit closer so you can have a look at them, and then we'll go and do a bit of a shoot. Like we said, remember, make sure you use the right gas with them.
always transport covered.
That's right, and make sure that you do maintain these a little bit more than your typical electric. So these will require more maintenance, like your pistols, like your gas pistols. Let's see if I can't pull that back. No, I can't. I'm gonna pull that back so I can. That's better. I can have a look in there just to show you guys. Yeah, that's cool, man. So, yeah. And so yeah, you do get those rail covers as well with that one, so you keep your hands nice and protected.
Heaps of rail space.
Yep, plenty of Picatinny real estate on the CQB. With the M4A1, well, we got plenty of
There's options.
handgun options if you want to do that. Alright, let's go shoot it. Hey guys, back here at our range with the Golden Eagle GBBR. That's the gas blowback rifle. This is the M4A1 version, so similar to your J9. As I said, I'm going to do a couple of shots through our chrono to keep the FPS up. Sometimes when you do a couple of shots beforehand, it'll drop down a little because of the cold mag. So with getting a few in there, we're going to get decent readings hopefully. And so get a couple through our Ace-Tech chrono, and then we'll shoot a few down the range. So gotta remember, get that fold happening, and alright, so that last one broke, so it kind of sent the average up a little bit, but have a look at those numbers.
Yeah, pretty nice and consistent too.
Yeah, very consistent there. So really nice, about around that sort of 340, 343. Not bad at all. You don't want it obviously too crazy because your accuracy is going to go straight out the window.
Still want to be able to use it as a field as well.
Yeah, but I think at that, you know, you can always drop a little bit, different gels or whatever, heat, cool, the climate's going to change it up a little bit. Anyway, so I'll get a couple. Oh, that recoil really is nice. Alright, let's let it rip, huh? Woo! And that's all she wrote. Fellas, thanks for coming. So, very cool. Like I said, not something that I was like big on, but man, it does feel very cool with the whole recoil and blowback. Hopefully that helps. Hope you guys like that. For those guys that do want this sort of thing, seriously, come on down, grab it, give it a shot, see what it feels like. Remember, stop and think. Put these puppies in a bag. They do look quite real. I know we don't have this sort of stuff out in public, but you know the cops are definitely gonna like you. Bag them up from to the field and home. So let's stay safe, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave us comments below if you guys want to see something else, or you might have some extra info we don't know or we missed, or you want to know anything. Comment below and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching again. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.